Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Mike's World. Today we're taking a look at the VidPro XM-AD2 audio adapter for any camcorder or DSLR that has a 3.5mm microphone input. This allows you to add professional level microphones with 2 XLR inputs, the ability to switch your signal from stereo to mono, so you can have split tracks, a left and right channel, or you can mix your inputs together. It also has some grounding options to make sure you don't have any noise. It connects easily to your camcorder, DSLR, and it sounds pretty good. Today we're going to unbox this thing. We're going to go out and test it with my Canon Vixia R80. You're going to see some sample footage, and I'm going to fully test this out, and at the end I'm going to give you my review and what I think about this thing and let you know whether you should pick one up. But before we get started, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, like the video, and also leave a comment. So let's get started unboxing the XM-AD2. So we're going to open the VidPro XM-AD2. This is an XLR adapter. So right here I have my Canon Vixia R80, a little bit of an older camera. I've got it with the mount here that has a top light. I've got a shotgun mic, and then what I have here is this little XLR to 3.5mm adapter, and that plugs into the head or the microphone jack right here on the camera. So I have that. Now in addition, I have a wireless receiver, but it has a separate 3.5mm. So you have to constantly unplug and replug depending on which mic you want. And so adding in the XLR, I can hook in both mics and I'll be able to split the audio left channel, right channel, where I can't do that with just the plug. So we're going to unplug this, and then we're going to put it in this rig. And so this camera is going to work like an ENG, like a news gathering, or a good blog camera. So it's a really good camera. They don't make them anymore, but if you can pick one up, they're really, really good cameras. But we're going to add this to it. So before we do that, let's go ahead and unbox the XM-AD2. So comes with says it's an audio adapter, so you can read through all that. It's got wrapped in bubble wrap, and it comes with your coiled 3.5mm adapter to plug this into the camera. And that's all that's in the box. So let's go ahead and open this adapter. And after I get it all set up, I'll shoot some sample footage with both microphones so that you can listen to the audio quality. So I have several of these already, but this is the one that came with it. I had one of these a long time ago and got rid of it, and I should have kept it, but picked this up on Amazon. So you have XLR inputs here. There's nothing here. I wondered why there's no pictures that showed this side. And then you have audio adjustments here. Now, here's an interesting thing I'll go ahead and tell you, and I'll show you when I do sample footage, but the one thing with a camcorder that you need to keep in mind, this has manual or auto audio control, but in auto, it's automatically going to boost and gain the audio. And so if this is turned down, then it's boosting, you're going to get noise. And so the same thing with manual though. If you were to have this or the audio here turned all the way up, and then you turn these down, well, the audio up here, you're still going to get white noise. So to get the cleanest audio, you want to leave these all turned up, and you want to do the audio volume control in the camera. And what that does is you're getting a full signal sent out to here, and then you eliminate your white noise. So I knew buying this that was going to be an issue. Here are the switches. So you have mono to stereo if you want split track, or you want to mix the audio signals, line and mic. Those are beneficial if you are using a camera like this at, like I say, a press conference with a mult box or multi-box, and they're feeding line out, then you can adjust here. You have your audio out, so you can plug in a headphone. Or actually, no, it goes from here to the camera with this coiled XLR. So you plug it in here, and then you plug it into the camera. Camera has a headphone out. Auxiliary. This is where I would plug in this wireless mic that has one of these cables. So you go out of this wireless receiver into the auxiliary. So that's what auxiliary is for. You also have two switches here for grounding. So, or if you have a better wireless system with XLR output, or if I wanted to use that XLR to 3.5 millimeter adapter, then you could go into one of these inputs here. I will probably use the auxiliary. So anyway, that is a look at the XM-AD2. Let's get it on the camera, and then we'll show you what that looks like, and then we'll go test it out. And here is ultimately how I have it configured. So you have the audio adapter on the bottom. You have a tripod plate under that. I have a quick release for the camera. It's plugged into from here to the camera, and then my shotgun mic connected through XLR. So I have my XLR connections on this side. So, you know, I wanted to have this up here and the camera on top, and I could do that without the quick release, but with the quick release, then the zoom control gets right up under here and I can't move it. So I may ultimately move this up and get rid of the quick release. I'm not sure yet, but this will work for what I need. Basically turns a little prosumer camera into or a consumer camera into a prosumer camera. So I think it works really well, and we're going to go out and test it. All right, guys, so real quickly, decided to make a change with how I set up the adapter on the camera. So what I ended up doing is taking away the quick release off the camera, mounted the camera directly to the XLR adapter onto this rig, and then I actually put the quick release onto the tripod quick release, just really so I can take that off, and then I can put this on my monopod really quick. But this was the configuration I like the best. You can see the audio adapters here, XLR into here, and then I do have the wireless here, which I can still plug in to one of those as well. I wanted to show this to you. I'm shooting this right now with my iPhone, and with no microphone on, it's just the phone's audio. But the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to put this on a tripod and shoot some video, and then I'm going to stand a few feet away, both with the shotgun and with a wireless lav, so you guys can see what it sounds like. So let's go ahead and hook this thing up, get it on a tripod, and show you what it sounds like with the audio adapter. Okay, so before we get started testing this, there is something that I wanted to point out about this, is that this audio adapter does not provide phantom power. There is no 9-volt input or anything like that where you can add a battery and have phantom power. What that means is that any microphone you plug into here is going to have its own power, or be a dynamic microphone, such as an RE50 handheld microphone. So that's the only way that you're going to get sound. So in this case, I have a Sennheiser MKE600 shotgun mic, and it has a AA battery in here and an on-off switch. So when I go to shoot video, and if I want to use the shotgun, I've got to turn this on. If I don't turn it on, I'm going to have nothing. I'm going to have absolutely no audio coming through. So it's really important that you remember to turn these on and off. But again, I have not seen recently, 10 years ago, you could buy these with phantom power. I've not seen one on the market with phantom power. So I just wanted to point that out before we start doing a test, that you do have to have power going through from your microphone for this to work. So let's go ahead and set up the Canon and test it out. Okay, so right now I'm standing about 3 feet away. I've got the wireless lav on that's going to right channel on the adapter, and it's going into the camera. So you can hear now the audio knobs on the adapter are cranked all the way up. So I told you guys, like the cleanest audio, you want to actually adjust the volume on the touchscreen on the camera, not with the audio knobs. If I were to turn that halfway down and then it compensated, you'd hear a little bit of noise. So the cleanest way to get audio is crank up those knobs adjust the volume in your camera. Now, if you're doing stereo sound, so if I've got the shotgun mic on and also the lav, and I want to have one on one track, one on the other, you're going to have to make some modifications using the knobs, because when you go up and down audio in the camera, it's going to adjust both levels. And so if you want to have that sound a little bit lower and your interview sound up as you're shooting, then you have to use those knobs. But in general, for most people, I think you turn the knobs up, adjust the audio in the camera. So, but this is the wireless mic right now. I'm standing about 3 feet away from the camera. So now I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn up the shotgun mic, and we're going to do a sound test with me standing away. Now it is a little bit windy, it might pick up some wind, and then I'll hold that, and you can see the difference, you know, because I do have this set up for ENG news gathering type, documentary type work. So let's pause and let's switch microphones and see what that sounds like. Okay, so I'm standing about 3 feet away again. This time I've got the shotgun mic on the camera, and it is turned up through the adapter, and I can tell the audio level's a little bit low because I'm standing a little bit further away. Probably sounds just a little bit hollow. I don't have headphones on the monitor, so I'm going to see this in post as I'm editing this video, but I can tell the levels are a little bit low. So what happens if I grab the microphone and I have it handheld like you would if you were doing an interview? So now I'm talking to you and the microphone is pointed directionally up at me, and I also have it directional setting. And so if I were doing an interview, keeping the mic out of the shot, and now I'm talking to you, it should sound much, much better with the microphone up closer. But again, this is going through the XLR adapter into the camera, the Canon Vixia R80. And so this is a demonstration of what it sounds like using the adapter. All right, so bottom line with this thing is I recommend it. There is a link in the description if you want to pick one up. It's also available in my Amazon store, amazon.com/shop/MikesWorld. But the bottom line is this is going to give you professional level XLR audio into any camcorder or DSLR with a 3.5mm microphone input. It works really well with my older model Canon Vixia. I think it would be great with like a Canon G70, which shoots 4K, the new cameras. This thing would be excellent for that, because honestly, the Canon G70 is essentially the same as the XA60. They're essentially the same camera, except the XA60 comes with the handle that goes on top that gives you the XLRs, but it's an extra $600. For this, you're paying a small amount to add the same level of operational functionality to your G70 that you get with the XA, and you're saving a lot of money. So I highly do recommend this product. The only little thing that you have to remember, which I've already mentioned earlier, it does not have phantom power. So any microphone you connect has to have a power source unless you're using a dynamic microphone such as an RE50 handheld mic. So do keep that in mind when you're buying this. You got to have a microphone that's providing power through the adapter. Guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, like the video, and leave a comment. And I will see you next time right here on Mike's World.